Jamie Foxx is finally revealing the details of the last conversation he had with D'Angelo, and honey, it's looking like D'Angelo was sacrificed. It turns out that the same people who tried to get rid of Jamie by poisoning a while ago are also the ones who were also behind D'Angelo. When Jamie got ill and almost lost his life, a lot of folks immediately accused Diddy of having something to do with it. However, it turns out Diddy wasn't working alone. He had a whole bunch of Hollywood executives allegedly helping him silence anyone who had receipts on him. And baby, Jamie and D'Angelo were among those people. Word on the street is Jamie recorded some of the freak-offs, including a few that allegedly featured D'Angelo getting touched on while he was high on substances. Now, if y'all remember, Jamie suffered a life-threatening emergency a while back that almost took his life. After weeks of being in the hospital, he somehow made it out alive, but he said the entire thing definitely shook him up because he didn't think he was going to make it out alive.
I cannot even begin to tell you how far it took me and how it brought me back. I went through something that I thought I would never ever go through. And I know a lot of people were waiting, or wanting to hear updates, but to be honest with you, I just didn't want you to see me like that, man. I want you to see me laughing, having a good time, partying, what I hope that everyone could have in moments like these. Now, by being quiet, sometimes things, get out of hand. People saying what I got. Some people said I was blind, but as you can see, the eyes are working. The eyes are working just fine. Said I was paralyzed. I'm not paralyzed. But I did go through, I went to hell and back. And man, I know they talk about people crying on videos, you can do take two, but I'm not gonna do a take two. It is what it is. And if you see me out from now on and every once in a while I just burst into tears, it's because it's been tough, man. I was sick, man, but now I got my legs under me, so you're gonna see me out. But like I said, I just want you to remember me for the jokes that I crack, the movies that I make. Some of them good, some of them ain't. I think I got a good one out. And the songs that I sing, man. And then, some people were talking about I'm clone.
Now, as I said earlier, first person everyone was side-eyeing as the culprit was Diddy. And honestly, they had good reasons to. You see, it's been alleged for a hot minute now that Jamie was one of the celebrities at Diddy's freak-off parties. And these rumors were fueled by Jamie himself in a series of interviews. One of them was this one, in which he revealed some disturbing things he saw when he was invited to a Diddy party. He said when he atoned, he saw several naked people doing all kinds of freaky stuff. It was an entire freak-off party, and there was everything you could imagine at a Diddy party, including his infamous pink coat.
So I followed him the whole time. I remember watching Puff at the Beverly Hills Hotel. I'm filming this, and it's a pool party that is ridiculous, man. And I look up and I see Dr. Ruth. I don't know if you know who that is. The sex lady. I see Dr. Ruth. I said, Miss Ruth, could you please come over here? This guy by the name of Sean P. Diddy Combs. I need you to come meet him. I need this for my camera. Dr. Ruth and Puff at the Beverly Hills Hotel pool dancing, doing their thing, right? And you know what they dancing to? Over in the corner, God bless, is Heavy D, Andre Harrell, and they listening to it.
He revealed in another interview that these parties were so private that he wasn't initially allowed to get into them unless he was invited by Diddy. So in order to convince Diddy to invite him, he agreed to basically be his personal cameraman for the night. And we all know Diddy loved to record the freak-offs. In fact, Cassie said in her lawsuit that Diddy used to film these parties and keep the videos as leverage over the people who attended. He knows these people wouldn't want their private videos out in public, so he can use that to control them for as long as he needs to. It's unclear what exactly Diddy allegedly did to make Jamie end up in the hospital, but people suspect it was some form of poisoning. These rumors were fueled by Diddy's former bodyguard Big Homie CeCe when he blatantly accused Diddy of being responsible for Jamie's illness. Big Homie claims Diddy tried taking him out too by poisoning him with the same substance on 2 occasions, but he made it out of both attempts alive. As if all this wasn't wild enough, he said the reason why Jamie was and still is secretive about the details of his stroke is because he reported Diddy to the FBI for poisoning him, but he didn't have enough evidence to back it up, so the case was never made public.
I know he poisoned Jamie Foxx, and Jamie Foxx reported him to the FBI because of it. I know that's a fact.
So, Wait, you're saying that Diddy poisoned Jamie Foxx and that's how Jamie Foxx got sick?
Jamie Foxx reported this man to the FBI because of this. Facts.
Wow. Okay, and how did you hear about this? If you can tell me, or if you can't, that's all good. But you know what I'm saying, like, well, you know, people are they're gonna want to know, you know what I'm saying, how this happened, or you know what I'm saying, what's the backstory to this?
Well, by the time this drop, this is gonna be in the stratosphere. It's gonna be in the ether by the time this drop. You can probably look it up right now, but by the time this interview drop, this is gonna be out in the ether for sure. These people poison people, bro. I've been poisoned 3 times. Why am I testing positive for cyanide? You feel me? Why do I had pneumonia 3 times? So people like, man, why he breathe like that? Because I only got 1 lung. And then I had a car crash. I got 1 nostril permanently blocked. And I done had pneumonia 3 times. Somebody been trying to poison me. My brother got poisoned with me. The little lady I was bodyguarding, she got poisoned. Like, somebody is carrying on these antics. These is facts.
Is there any idea why Diddy would want to poison Jamie Foxx?
You get called to testify if you on camera and some of this footage, and you want to make it a little bit easier for yourself. It's ways in this industry people go about doing things. Just know I tested positive for cyanide 3 times after drinking some bottles in the club. Once you get hit with the cyanide, it turns into pneumonia. I had it 3 times.
And notice how he said once you take cyanide and it has the possibility of causing pneumonia? Well, guess who suddenly died from pneumonia despite never being diagnosed of having any illness and being healthy? Kim Porter.
Dr. Schutte came out. He said, well, we didn't find where it was coming from, but he is having that stroke. He may be able to make a full recovery, but it's going to be the worst year of his life. My youngest daughter, she's 14. I didn't want her to see me like that. But she snuck into my hospital room with her guitar. They said I was paralyzed. Said I couldn't walk, but look at me now.
Now, when it comes to D'Angelo, a lot of folks don't know this, but he and Jamie were really close, especially back in the day when they were both coming up. Jamie praised D'Angelo a lot in his interviews, and even made a whole tribute on Instagram when he got the news about D'Angelo's death. His tribute was pretty lengthy, but I'm going to read some parts of it for y'all. He said, "Remember hearing your music for the first time. I said to myself, damn, whoever this is, they are anointed. Then when I finally got a chance to see you, like everyone when they saw the most incredible music video of our time, I was blown away. I thought to myself, have to see this person in concert. I had my chance to see you at the House of Blues. You came out and got right down to business. That's why today real tears run down my face to hear the news that God has taken one of his special creations home. I know God doesn't make mistakes, but this one hurts like hell. Rest up, my friend. You will be missed forever, but your music and your impression will be felt for generations to come. Rest in power and beautiful music." Jamie was hurt, and folks believe he wanted to say way more than he did, especially about how the industry used and spat D'Angelo out. You see, when D'Angelo stepped into the scene, people couldn't get enough for him because of his music, but the attention shifted from his music to his body after he put out the music video for Untitled. Everyone now wanted him for body, and word on the street is creepy Hollywood executives were also part of those people. All of a sudden, he was being denied opportunities unless he took his clothes off and allowed them to have their way. D'Angelo spoke about this a lot, but people didn't clock that he was crying out for help. One time, I got mad when a female threw money at me on stage, and that made me feel like f***ed up. And I threw the money back at her. I was like, I'm not a stripper. At one point, I asked myself, am I doing this for God, or am I doing this for sex? Because I was raised in the church and I wanted to do something pure, but suddenly, I was being marketed as this sex symbol. It confused everything. D'Angelo started facing all these issues when he released his first album, Brown Sugar, in 1995. Even though the album received a lot of critical acclaim, he didn't release another album till 2000. By the time he released Voodoo, the industry had already broken him. He went from being the super hot neo-soul artist everyone wanted a taste of to gaining weight and drowning in alcohol, escorts, and hard substances. In 2005, he was charged on DUL and possession of marijuana and cocaine charges after he reportedly crashed his car and sustained minor injuries. Upon inspection of his car, police found drugs in the vehicle. He got into trouble with the law again in 2010 when he was arrested in New York City after he was caught red-handed trying to get an escort to perform fellatio on him for $40. Unfortunately for him, the escort was actually a cop who was going undercover for a police operation. He was arrested on the spot, and they also found a small amount of in his vehicle. He was taken into custody and charged with soliciting prostitution and possession of a controlled substance. He eventually got better and went on to release his Grammy Award-winning third album, Black Messiah, in 2014. But he wasn't the same D'Angelo folks knew from back in the day. In fact, it's being alleged that Jamie witnessed him get touched on at those freak-offs, and that's why he took his death so personally. This is a wild speculation that people are making on the internet, so I'll advise you to take it with a grain of salt. But honey, one thing that's for sure is that there are a lot of dark things happening in the industry that we still don't know about. One person said, they sacrificed D'Angelo. Another person said, they do this in the industry. I think of the guy that played Wakanda. They unalived him too. They unalived all these people, and they do it by witchcraft most of the time. Or they have people to off these people. But now I want to know your thoughts. What do you think of Jamie Foxx accusing the industry of taking out D'Angelo? And do you really believe D'Angelo was sacrificed? Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below, and don't forget to click here to watch this other messy video.